Road rage gone wrong as he gets his karma right away. Every day I took the same route to work, 6:45 a.m., highway ramp, through the city loop and onto Riverside Avenue. Predictable, quiet, routine. I drove a silver Honda Civic, nothing flashy. I liked things smooth, steady. My motto? Drive safe, arrive sane. That morning, the sun had barely kissed the horizon when I eased onto the on-ramp. Traffic wasn't bad, just the usual swarm of half-awake drivers, one hand on coffee, one on the wheel. I turned on the radio, humming along to a soft 80s ballad when he came into view. A black Dodge Charger came flying up from behind, weaving between cars like it was a video game. He cut off a white Corolla, then a delivery van, before tailgating me so close I could count the bugs on his front grille. I gently tapped my brakes, not hard, just a little warning. That's when the guy lost it. He swerved into the next lane, shot up beside me, rolled his window down, and that's when it began. The guy looked to be in his mid-30s, wearing sunglasses despite the overcast skies, tattoos crawling up his neck like they were trying to escape his collar. He leaned across his passenger seat, flipping me off with both hands while yelling something I couldn't hear over the radio. Then he swerved hard into my lane again, so close I had to brake or risk a collision. Horns erupted behind us. I shook my head, trying to keep calm. Don't engage. Let it go. But my heart pounded in my chest. My hands were shaking. He slammed his brakes once. A brake check. He wanted me to rear end him. I didn't take the bait. So he tried again. This time, I veered slightly onto the shoulder just to keep distance. He stuck his hand out the window again, gave me the finger one more time, then sped off, tires screeching. For a second, I wished he'd get caught. Or better yet, get exactly what he deserved. I didn't have to wait long. About a mile up, I saw him again. He was weaving in and out of traffic on a two-lane merge, pushing into spaces that barely existed. A blue pickup honked at him. He flipped them off too. Classic. But then came the construction zone. Orange cones lined the right lane. Speed limit signs dropped from 55 to 35. A construction crew was already setting up with reflective vests and cones. Most drivers slowed down. Not Mr. Charger. He blew right through, gunning it past a line of cars, ducking into the left lane like he owned it. And that's when karma stepped in. A loud bang rang through the air. The Charger had clipped the side of a bright orange construction vehicle. Not enough to injure anyone, but enough to rip off part of his bumper and spin his car sideways, blocking both lanes. Cars came to a screeching halt behind him. Dust settled. He jumped out of the car, furious, animated, screaming at the workers like it was their fault. One of them, a burly man with a walkie-talkie and zero patience, pointed to the sign that clearly read, "Merge left, 500 FT," and said something I couldn't hear. The Charger guy got right in his face. Bad move. Just as things looked ready to explode, a patrol car rolled up behind us, blue and red lights flashing. Apparently, the officer had been parked near the exit ramp, watching traffic for speeding and reckless drivers. Guess who caught his attention? Our angry friend in the Charger. He was mid-rant when the officer got out and approached calmly. The second he realized he was being watched, the Charger guy tried to change his tone. Hands in the air, the whole "hey man, it's no big deal" routine. Didn't work. The officer asked for his license and registration. The Charger guy started arguing again. You could see it all unfolding like a movie scene, shouting, gesturing, refusing. Then came the second officer. Apparently, refusing to comply in a construction zone qualifies for more than just a ticket. Within 5 minutes, the guy was in handcuffs, still yelling. The construction workers clapped. No joke. A full-blown applause broke out from the men in orange vests. I couldn't help it. I honked once. Not out of anger. Just sweet satisfaction. Traffic was backed up for half an hour. But no one complained. We all watched as the black Charger got towed away with its front bumper hanging like a loose tooth. I eventually passed the sight, giving a small nod to the officer, who returned it with a knowing look. But the best part? As I pulled into work, I told a few colleagues what I just witnessed. One of them, Daniel, turned pale. "Wait," he said. "What did the guy look like?" I described him. Daniel pulled up a photo on his phone. "Is it this guy?" It was him. No question. "That's my ex's new boyfriend," Daniel said, shaking his head. "He's a hothead, once threatened a server over cold fries." Well, that tracks. A few weeks passed. I'd almost forgotten about the road rage guy when I ran into the construction crew again, this time in my neighborhood, fixing potholes. I walked past during a morning jog and recognized the burly guy with the walkie-talkie. Hey, I said, you were on Riverside a few weeks ago with that Dodge Charger lunatic? He grinned. Oh, yeah, that was a day. Guy practically begged us not to press charges. I raised an eyebrow. Did you? He smirked. We did better. Filed for reckless endangerment and damage to public property. Turns out he had a few previous violations, too. Lost his license for a year. Wow, the man chuckled. People think karma takes its time. Sometimes it hits you right in the front bumper. You know how people always say revenge is a dish best served cold? I disagree. Sometimes it's warm, steaming, and served curbside with a side of flashing red and blue lights. There was something about that moment. Watching the guy who tailgated, brake checked, and flipped me off get yanked out of his own car, his bumper scraping the road like an apology, that just made everything right. I didn't have to yell. I didn't have to stoop to his level. The universe handled it, and I had front row seats. Now, every time I get cut off or see someone acting like a maniac on the road, I take a breath. I don't chase. I don't honk. I just whisper to myself, wait for it. Because sometimes the best revenge is just waiting a few miles up the road. Like and subscribe. Share if this happened to you or someone you know.